everybody to the Self-Defense Geeks podcast, and we're at episode number 10. How are you all doing out there? I hope you're well. I'm here, Steve, Bishop John Edwin, Bish, and I'm also here with
Paul, or Judge Dreaded.
And this week we're going to talk about top 5, our favourite I should say, top 5 movies, games and TV shows.
Can I point out that we're not live on video?
I think they might gather that when they listen to us now.
Simply because of the fact that we had technical issues and we weren't able to resolve them quick enough. So rather than wait a long time, we thought we'd get out a few more podcasts and then in the meantime still work on trying to work out the live feed. And then when we do have that available, then we'll tackle that.
The problem is we haven't actually got enough videos on our YouTube account to live stream yet. It's weird because we've done it once and then they seem to have taken it away from us. I think it's because maybe I was doing funny faces, looking like a dog and putting glasses on my face and something, and it's pretty rubbish. So when we put some more videos up, which we will, the more podcasts we do, the more videos we do, maybe we'll get it back from YouTube. Maybe they'll be kind enough to give it back to us, and then we will start some live streaming and, you know, bringing some more people on board, because that's what we want to do ideally.
Definitely.
So with that, we shall start with the news.
Okay, so news this week is your bit of news actually.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, because you just took over then, and I just thought you were going to start doing your news.
Yeah.
So thanks for that.
That's right.
I'm starting with the movie news this week, and I'm starting with movie news, and I'm starting on quite sombre movie news.
Movie news.
Rest in peace to Paul Walker, star of Fast and Furious franchise. It looks like the officers investigating his death, his car crash death, looking at speed and speed alone as the issue of his car crash. Investigators have said that there is no evidence of mechanical problems or road debris in the car crash which killed actor Paul Walker last month. The Fast and the Furious star died when the 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, being driven by Walker's friend Roger Rodas, who was also killed, hit a light pole and a tree. We're looking at speed and speed alone, a law enforcement official told the Associated Press. He added that Rodas had successfully negotiated a bend in the road and the pair were well out of the curve when they lost control. The official in question was not authorised to talk to the press and did so only on the condition of anonymity. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has calculated an estimated speed range for the vehicle at the time of the collision, but is awaiting input from Porsche engineers to help retrieve information from the car before publishing the figure. Investigators had earlier officially ruled out the possibility that the car was racing another vehicle. Accident investigators have received eyewitness statements that the car involved was travelling alone at a high rate of speed, a public statement read. No eyewitness has contacted the department to say if there was a second vehicle. Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, I only really know him from the Fast and Furious films, but I thoroughly enjoyed those ones that he was in, that I've seen so far. I think I've seen up to number 4. And it's a shame because I think they have finished recording the latest one they were doing. I think that was number 6.
Yeah.
Before he was killed.
7. Is it 7? 7 or 6? Can't remember.
I'm not sure what. I know I haven't seen the most recent one that was released, but it's sad to hear the news of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's pick it up a bit. Let's get rid of the sadness now. Let's move on. I'm quite thrilled about this actually. The Naked Gun reboot to star The Hangover's Ed Helms. The Naked Gun will be rebooted with Ed Helms taking on the role of Detective Frank Drebin. Night at the Museum screenwriters Thomas Lennon and R. Ben Garant are behind the new movie, which will be released by Paramount. News of the Naked Gun reboot was broken by Variety. Leslie Nielsen originally played the Drebin character in the short-lived TV series Police Squad, and the character made the leap to the big screen in a 1988 movie, The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. 2 sequels, Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, and Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Final Insult, followed, and the series made $350 million at the worldwide box office. Helms is best known for playing the Office's Andy Bernard and Skew from the Hangover trilogy. The actor recently starred in We're the Millers and has a trio of movies, Someone Marry Barry, They Came Together and Stretch, all due in 2014. What do you think about that, Westy?
I did enjoy the Naked Guns,
I like
but I think that's back in. I think it was released in the 80s,
Yes, 1988. Yes.
and I'm not sure if that would be good enough to be on TV now. Whether it would be the same kind of audience they're aiming for, or whether they cater for the kind of humour that is out now compared to how it was. It was more slapstick back then, but now I don't think it is as much slapstick.
Possibly. You don't know. I mean, I love Naked Gun. It was brilliant, all three of them. And if it is slapstick again, which I hope it is, then bring it on. My final piece of movie news this week. Not happy about this one. Terminator's getting rebooted. And the new title was revealed as Terminator Genesis. The title of the new Terminator reboot has reportedly been revealed. Thor, the Dark World director Alan Taylor, is poised to oversee the reboot, which will continue the tale began by James Cameron's 1984 movie, The Terminator. A tweet previewing the new issue of Production Weekly has alleged that the upcoming reboot's tentative title will be Terminator Genesis. There is little else known about the film, although it was recently announced that a television series will run alongside it. Familiar characters in the Terminator mythology include Sarah Connor and John Connor, and are expected to both make an appearance. Casting choices for the project have yet to be revealed, although Brie Larson and Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke are rumoured to be in the running for the role of Sarah Connor. What do you think?
I'm not a great fan of the Terminator films, I must admit. They're okay, but they're not brilliant.
Are you feeling quite down today, Westy?
No.
You don't seem very happy about anything today.
Maybe it's because of Christmas.
Yes, that is fair. We are not lovers of Christmas.
That is
the
true.
Self-Confessed Geeks podcast. So much so that we are Scrooges and we hate it. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That's the way it is. So bring on the new year. We're not talking about Christmas. That's the only mention of Christmas we're going to do.
Right.
Tech news.
Tech news. Okay. Tech news.
It's tech news.
Lego car powered by air. Apparently, they've made a Lego car powered by air, and it reaches a top speed of 12 miles per hour, or 20 kilometres. It was built by an Australian entrepreneur and a Romanian technologist, and apparently uses 500,000 pieces of Lego, and everything bar the wheels are made from Lego. So, obviously, everything.
It's all plastic.
Yeah. And apparently this was crowdfunded, apparently through Twitter.
Twitter crowdfunding?
Yeah. They posted saying on Twitter, anyone interested in this, idea. Yeah. And then people gave them money and they built it. Ooh. And apparently, that information I've found has come from bbc.co.uk.
Don't reveal your sources.
Oh no!
We get our news from really good people and websites, but we don't reveal our sources. Well, I don't reveal my sources.
You'll probably find these spread around the internet anyway. But Target have apparently had a card heist. Now Target are a US retailer, and the cyber thieves had gained access to their payment systems. Apparently, security researcher Brian Krebs has advised that they installed data stealing code onto the card swipe machines across all of their tills in all 1,797 Target stores.
Damn.
Now, when I say Target stores, that obviously, as I mentioned, that is the US retailer name. Apparently, the data breach occurred on the 29th of November, which is on Black Friday, and it continued for a further 3 weeks before it was picked up on.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently, I think 40,000 people have been affected. And yeah, they pretty much got all of the information that you can have on a credit card. So expiration date, security code and stuff like that, they've all got. So they could easily go on and purchase something from Amazon or something like that.
So what kind of store is Target?
It's a US retailer.
Yeah, so I know it's a US retailer because you said that already, but what kind of store is it?
I'm not entirely certain.
You're not entirely certain what store it is?
No.
Is it not like an Argos? Is it like a Tesco?
All I've seen is they are wheeling out big screen TVs. So I'm imagining it might be a kind of either a electronic store or more like a Tesco's, which does a bit of everything.
Well, I'm pretty sure if they're winning out TVs, then it might be an electronics store. It's not going to be a Greengrocer's, is it?
No.
Target, okay.
My last bit of gaming news. Pointless are to launch a multiplayer mobile app.
Ooh.
It comes out in January, and apparently you have to pay for it.
Bastards.
Yep. And it's going to be on iOS and Android. And apparently, I don't know who this fella is, but Richard Osman has tweeted that you could play against friends and against a computer, etc.
That'd be good.
So that's all the information that I could get from my unknown source. But yeah, it's interesting. I've seen the show on TV. I do think it's quite good, and there are some questions they ask that I go like, oh, I didn't know that. So it teaches you.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly decent TV program.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch it religiously, but if there's nothing else on and it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah. But that's my tech news of the week.
We're down with the movies, we're down with the tech, and now we're going to be down with the gaming.
Gaming news.
My first piece of gaming news, PlayStation 3 gamers. You've been waiting a long time for this. PC users, it's been out for a couple of years now. Xbox, it came out 2 years ago. And now PlayStation 3, you finally got it. Minecraft is here for PlayStation 3. How lucky are you? It's been released. A new trailer's been brought out. Not that you don't know what Minecraft is.
I couldn't care less about Minecraft.
Oh, there's a shocker. The 1 minute video goes through several varied environments in which blocks that make up the PlayStation controller symbols are shown. The PS3 version of the Sandbox game is available now. Yes, it is out now! It costs $12.99 to download and weighs in at 103 megabytes. How small is that? Plus a patch that will download once the game is launched for the first time. The title comes with a split screen support for up to 4 players and online multiplayer for up to 8.
Now, that's pretty good.
I think that's more on Xbox. I think you can only have 6 on Xbox.
I didn't even know you could do split screen on it.
Yeah. You have to have a HD TV though, because you did have to have one with Xbox, so be careful if you haven't got a HD TV. It also features creative mode, survival mode, and a bundle of trophies.
Sorry, why do you need a HD
just won't support
TV?
the resolution for 2 players if you haven't got a HD cable.
But it's not very good resolution of game.
Well, I don't know, Westy. I'm not like that. I'm not technically minded in that sense. Minecraft is in development for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita as well. It was previously reported that the original version of the game has sold more than 13 million units on PC. Minecraft, I love Minecraft. I still play it now on Xbox. Not on the PC anymore though, because I had a server, we had a server, and no one went on it, except me. I wasted all my time on it and then no one used it. But I've saved it, just in case it ever gets brought back from the dead, because I know you ain't going to play it.
No.
Westy played it in the alpha version, said it was and has never touched it since, even though it's really good. Fallout 4 will not, I repeat, not arrive in 2014. Bethesda has hinted, so it's not confirmed, but it's looking unlikely. Via the Beth blog, the publisher today released its 2013 holiday card, which contains several references to Bethesda games that will see releases in the coming year. The objects featured on the image are from Evil Within, Wolfenstein, The New Order, and Elder Scrolls Online. Allusions to Fallout 4, however, are apparently absent, suggesting that the rumoured game will launch no earlier than 2015. Allegedly leaked documents about Fallout 4 surfaced online last week, and they claim the game is in works and is set in Boston. Are you a Fallout fan?
I am, massively.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Fallout 2. I know that one of your friends, Ziran, he has been playing that quite religiously.
He loves it, yeah.
On Steam, and I played it about 10 years ago when I was much younger, and I got to the very last area before you finished the game, and I just stopped. And I did purchase it in a bundle, but obviously now, which I tweeted about it and you tweeted about, that you at the moment, I'm not sure if it's check it, but I'm not sure if it's live at the moment now. But GOG.com were or are still having that for free.
It's finished.
Is it finished now?
Yeah, finished on the 17th of December.
All right. But this is why it's important to follow us, or especially follow Savvy Gamer because they show deals all the time.
Yeah.
And that was, you got Fallout 1, 2 and Tactics
For free.
You didn't have to pay a thing.
All you had to do was sign up to the website, gog.com, and you got them all for free, which is brilliant. I tried when I first read the news on Twitter, and you just couldn't get on the site. It was just overloaded.
Right.
And later on I tried again, got them straight away. So, well, you don't even have to buy a game, just sign up, register your details, and you got them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. As Wesley's saying, just keep an eye out for things like that. Keep an eye out for our feed. Keep an eye out for
Savvy Gamer
feed. And just keep your eyes out, really.
Mm.
Deals are everywhere. And we will try and bring you the best deals each time we're on. DayZ Alpha sells 88,000 units in 12 hours. The standalone version of DayZ has sold 88,000 copies in 12 hours. I should really start to learn that the top line of that news. Bohemia Interactive CEO Mark Spannell announced the milestone via Twitter. 88,000 survivors have joined DayZ Alpha in the first 12 hours. Thank you. In case you didn't
You keep
understand
repeating that.
in case you didn't understand that, DayZ Alpha has sold 88,000 units in 12 hours.
Thanks, I didn't realise
If
that.
you wasn't sure, then I'm just making sure. The alpha version of the open world survival horror game went live on Steam early access yesterday, December the 16th. Because several parts of the game are partially finished, the developer warns potential buyers that they may encounter serious issues and possible interruptions of game functioning. Priced at $29.99, £19.99, the alpha is the only current available for Windows. DayZ fan?
No, I'm not a massive zombie fan of, don't really like zombie games.
God, do you even like anything?
Yes! I've been playing a lot of Witcher 2.
I have to say that I really loved the game. You had to buy Armour 2 to play this standalone. It was just a nightmare to get. It took ages to get the add-on, the DayZ add-on for it, and the controls were just awful. But it was a really good game. So scary. It's brilliant if you can get a group of you together and go and play against, because you've got to hoard everything. You've got anything you find, you've got to keep.
Yeah.
You literally start with nothing.
Yeah.
But you've got to go in all the houses, and I mean it was really buggy and glitchy. I heard a few months ago that they're going to sort of follow the Minecraft stage of development, where you buy the game early and you can get all the updates further along.
Right.
So the game will keep constantly build.
Yeah.
Instead of just buying a game and then it's one out in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
They'll start from the alpha version, which a lot of people have bought. 88,000, just in case you didn't know.
Really?
And
Wow.
they will just keep building on it. So, yeah, I mean, I will get it. If you can, I'm hoping you can play with your Xbox controller on a PC, because that's just so much easier.
But the problem I have is there going to be enough people on the server? How many people do you think is going to be on that server?
Well, I don't know. At the moment, well, there's thousands of servers. I mean, altogether, there are 88,000 downloads, which is brilliant. So you've got to think,
Wow.
88,000 players, they've got to have a few servers running for that. So,
That's awesome.
I mean, in 12 hours as well, we can't forget that. 88,000 in 12 hours. Just,
Right.
just remember that.
Yeah.
And that, I believe...
Well, no. Before you go in,
What's happening here?
there's a bit of news that I found for gaming, and I really want to bring it to your attention and to everyone else's, is that there's been a new champion released for League of Legends.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll be back in part 2.
Okay.
And we'll bring you our top 5 gaming movies and the other thing, TV shows of 2013.
Hi guys and girls, just letting you know of different ways to listen in and contact us. Currently we are experiencing technical issues with iTunes, so are unable to bring you the latest Self-Confessed Geeks episodes via that service. However, we are still available on Stitcher, Self-Confessed Geeks, SoundCloud, Self-Confessed Geeks, and YouTube, SCG Podcast. Also, if you would like to contact us, you can message us via our Facebook page, Self-Confessed Geeks, Twitter at SCG Podcast, or email selfconfessedgeeks1@gmail.com. Remember to add the 1 whenever you email us. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show.
welcome to part 2 of episode 10 Self-Confessed Geeks podcast. It's actually a milestone podcast, this one.
It is, and we were going to do it as we mentioned before on video. But I mean, for example, I did try and get our friends to come here from IGN and game trailers and stuff, and they never got back to me.
They didn't.
They didn't.
You know what? I'm really surprised by that because the immense power of the Self-Confessed Geeks is worldwide reaching.
Yeah.
And for them, well, I mean, you know, maybe they're jealous of us.
They are.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You don't agree, you don't agree.
Well,
Westy doesn't believe in the power of the Self-Confessed Geeks podcasts.
I just don't understand why they've not responded to my calls and emails.
Right. Okay. Maybe it's Christmas. Maybe they're busy. You just don't know.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with the jealous angle because I've got a massive ego and I believe we are the best. So anyway, we have digressed the first part of part 2. We're going to talk about, first of all, top 5 movies of 2013. But there's no particular order. It's just my top 5 and Westy's top 5. And then we'll go on to TV shows and we'll end it on the games. So am I going first?
You can go first.
The first one that sticks out in my mind would be Star Trek. Wrath of Khan 2, let's call it. Into Darkness. When I first watched it, I wasn't happy at all from a purely Trekkie point of view. They made some nice little references. But then I watched it for the second time and I did actually really enjoy it. I thought maybe it was hyped up too much. Maybe I hyped it up myself too much, same as my sister. And we come out of the cinema feeling a little bit let down. For the average moviegoer, anyone that likes action, I can see why they liked it. But the thing is, watching J.J. Abrams' previous stuff, Lost, for example, his stories are always character-driven. So the characters are the main focus of anything that he does. Even though there's all things going on else around, it's all about the characters for JJ. So once I got that into my head and once I saw that, I did really enjoy it. They could have done something better, I still believe. But it still goes in to my top 5 movies of 2013.
I would probably agree with you in terms of there wasn't a great lot of movies that were brilliant this year, but I would definitely say that was a half decent one. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a massive Star Trek fan, so I would have assumed that you got more enjoyment out of it than I would. But I would certainly put that in the top 5.
The next one I would say would be Iron Man 3.
I watched that just recently.
What did you think?
I loved it.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was brilliant.
You know what? Your top 5 is going to be my top 5.
I think so.
Yeah. I'd stick that higher up though. I'd probably stick that on number 1.
That would be your number 1 movie of 2013?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it'd be up there for me. I'd say I've got no particular order. It's just the ones that are popping into my head. But I mean, yeah, I really enjoyed Iron Man 3. I thought it was the best of the 3. Not too sure about the ending. What do we spoil?
No, let's
spoilers.
not. Yeah, let's not spoil. But there is a section which happens right at the very start of the movie, and it happens during the second one as well, where he's trying on the armour. That bit it lost its comedy value to me because they had already done it in number 2.
Right.
So
I love the interactions with the kid. That was brilliant.
Trying to think of that part. Yeah.
When he got all banged up and he had the
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that sort of interaction.
Yeah, that was good, and it kind of led on to maybe the kid years later become Iron Man himself or something like that. You don't know.
Possibly, you never know with the movie Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So that could be a definite possibility.
But I thought it was a really good film. And I'm looking. Are they going to do an Iron Man 4? Do you know anything about that?
Possibly, I don't honestly know.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Because I thought Iron Man 2 was nowhere near as good as Iron Man 1, and I thought Iron Man 3 was better than the other 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would say Iron Man 1 was almost to that point, but not quite reaching its pedestal as Iron Man 3 had. Definitely, if you haven't seen that and you have enjoyed Iron Man 1 and 2 and you were a bit let down with 2, don't let that stop you from going and watch the third movie.
Yeah. Another one that popped into my mind would be Superman.
I've not seen that one this year.
It's actually quite good. I spoke to a friend the other day. He didn't rate it that highly, but I mean, I don't really I'm not a critic of movies.
Hmm.
I either like it or I don't. Apart from Star Trek, I'm probably a critic about that, but that's the only thing. But again, Superman was a nice story. Pulled at your heartstrings in the right way. Obviously, the journey and development of him being Superman and where he came from, and the story about his planet, Krypton. I just thought it was a really, really nice film, and I will stick that in my top 5 of the year.
I would probably say Monsters University.
I need to see this.
That was, it was quite decent what they were going with. Not sure if it's as good as the original, but it was still enjoyable, and it was... There's a section at the start where it's just those little bits and pieces of it. He's wearing the green one, I don't know what their names are, but it's the green one with a massive eye.
Mm-hmm.
He's got braces on. And it's just those little touches, because they're kids.
Yeah.
He's still trying to get his teeth sorted and all that. So that was quite humorous. And it was him as a youngster, and then he was in high school, and he still had the braces on. It was so all those little touches they add to it that is fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, I need to see that Monsters. I like that. I like Monsters Inc. the first one. It's been a few years though since Monsters Inc., isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Another film that I personally love this year, going on your theme of animation movies, would be Wreck-It Ralph. You seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah, I love Wreck-It Ralph. Didn't you? Well, have you seen it recently? Because I'm pretty sure you said that you wasn't sure about the characters having sort of Nintendo characters in there.
Yeah, I have seen it, and I thought it was thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
I still think that it's not brilliant, but it is good, and I like the Wreck-It Ralph character. There's a girl that he meets that I thought is kind of what Disney and stuff like to do, where they go, "Oh."
Yeah.
It's a bit too cuddly for me, but still I enjoyed it. But without spoiling too much of it, it's
a good feel-good film.
Hmm.
You know, it's good for the whole family. It's a good, it's obviously got some adult, not adult comedy moments, but comedy that adults can get, and it's just a good animation. Love it. Now I think I've got one more.
Right.
And I would say the last film that pops out of me for this year would be Elysium, with Matt Damon.
I don't know much about Elysium. What's that?
Elysium is they've made a space station,
Yeah.
but only the rich can live there. And there's this, they live in luxury. They've got this medical device that heals all sort of things like cancer and AIDS and everything.
Oh, okay.
But you have to be only the privileged few live up there, and everyone else who lives on the earth lives in squalor, lives in just horrible disease-ridden sort of tenements and old buildings and stuff like that. And Matt Damon is that character. It's kind of your traditional work your way up from nothing.
Right.
He gets infected with something, and then because of the man and the system, he's like, "Well, F you! I'm gonna come up to Elysium, and let it be free for everyone."
Right.
There's robots in it. It's sort of technologically advanced up there, and people down below try and keep getting up there, but they keep getting destroyed. It's more sort of like ground action based. There's not really any space thing. There's a tiny little bit, but yeah, it's a good story. Matt Damon's really good in it. I just don't like the fact that he's looking a bit old now. Not old, but it's just like, I know we're all growing up and we're getting older ourselves, but I remember Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting when he just looked so young, and even in all the Oceans films.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to show his age a little bit, and it kind of depresses me. That's neither here nor there. At least
does it make you realise that if he's getting older, I'm getting older
yes,
as well?
Does. So I would say they're my top 5 films. How would you add or subtract any to those, Westy, or?
My choice for number 5 would be The Last Stand, which stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Johnny Knoxville.
All right.
Basically, it's a leader of a drug cartel that busts out of a courthouse and speeds to the Mexican border, where the only thing in his path is a sheriff and an inexperienced staff. And the sheriff is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
And Johnny Knoxville is part of his inexperienced staff.
Right.
There are other actors in it that are quite well known. Forrest Whitaker.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, I'll bring you up a picture of him. You would have seen this guy.
Yes.
So,
Although our listeners cannot see.
no, exactly.
A podcast.
But I tell you what, go on to IMDb and you'll see
Go
him.
on to Wesley's favourite website.
So yeah, Forrest Whitaker. I've seen him quite a few things. You got Aaron Shiver and Richard Dillard, Doug Jackson.
Ooh,
No idea. I'm just reading off names.
who's reading off the names?
But yeah, I mean, I must say, it's one of these films that you leave your brain at the door and enjoy it for what it is, and that's an action film. It's not got a brilliant story, it's not got brilliant characters, and to be honest, the acting is diabolically crap. But
Oh no, you've been given a diabolically crap line. That can't be good.
but it is one of those. It's just a general action film. Leave your brain at the door and enjoy it for it, like explosions and stuff like that. I mean, he puts a machine gun in the back of a bus and does a 3-point turn, or sorry, a 180-degree turn. So he's turning the other way, and then opens up the back and then fires at a load of thugs. So how awesome is that?
Pretty awesome, I guess.
Yeah. So that is definitely in my top 5, and that's it.
You got no more fives?
That's no.
That
no more
I have
fives.
to admit, listeners, that was a struggle to find 5 top movies. But we'll put it into perspective. We'll say Iron Man 3 as what, number 1?
Number 1.
Number 2, Star Trek.
I'd put that in number 3.
Okay. What would you put at
Wreck-It
number
Ralph.
2? Oh, let's put Wreck-It Ralph at number 2, Star Trek at number 3. I'm going to put Elysium in number 4. And do you want to be fair, or shall I completely just let you just have one input in there, and then we'll go with Superman for number 5?
I've not. What did you think? What in your perspective is it a really good film?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right then,
So
because
that's
I haven't
top
seen
5.
it, but I thought the other two were okay, quite good. But if you think that was really good, then
Yes, I do.
all right, I'll trust your decision.
Thank you for that. TV shows.
I don't really watch that many TV shows, to be fair.
You're rubbish! You know they're putting movies. They're not going to put TV shows. Well, I'm going to roll 5 TV shows off the top of my head.
Yeah, just
I'm going.
I'll just agree with you because I don't watch that many. I've just been given season 5 of. I'm trying to think of the biker gang thing.
Biker Grove.
Oh,
You've been given season 5 of Biker Grove.
not Biker Grove.
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
I didn't even know you were watching that.
Yeah, I swear I've told you before. I've seen up to season 4 on Netflix. My brother's just lent me the DVD of season 5, so I'm going to watch through that. But my brother has said it's one of the best seasons.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Are you season 5 or season 6?
Season 5.
Season 6 blows it away.
Really?
But no spoilers.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy is, well, it's number 1 straight away. Number 1 of the shows of this year, 2013. I mean, I'm going to cheat a little bit because some shows have already been out, but this is my top 5, god damn it, and this is our podcast, so that's what I'm going to say. But Sons of Anarchy easily rolls in at number 1. Number 2 for me, Orange is the New Black on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's about a woman, a sort of middle class woman in America, and she goes to jail for fraud.
Right.
She was laundering money with her lesbian friend, or lesbian girlfriend at the time,
Okay.
and I think her lesbian friend got caught. She grassed her up, so she kind of gave herself up to say, okay, well, if I give myself up, it's a less sentence. And it's just about her journey in prison, in a women's prison, basically. There's a lot of good stories. There's sort of each character in the prison has an individual kind of story each week, but the central focus is around the main character. And it's just a really clever, well-written show. It was created by the producer, the person who created Weeds. I don't know if you ever see Weeds.
I haven't.
And it's just, I just love it. I mean, it's got Kate Mulgrew in, Captain Janeway, so that was another reason why I wanted to watch it in the first place. And I just love it. Just love it. Watch it if you can. Orange is the New Black on Netflix. If you got Netflix, watch it. It's
I do
13
know that,
episodes.
yeah, you were going on about it on Twitter going, oh my god, this is so good, so and so.
It really was. I watched it in, I think, 2 or 3 days.
Because didn't you say, oh, I'm not going to follow the trend and watch all of these more popular shows, I'm going to go for one that
Yeah, because everyone was going on about Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad had just finished.
Yeah.
And obviously people were telling me to watch Breaking Bad all the time, and I was like, okay, you know what? No, I'm gonna wait till it all dies down and then watch it myself because I don't like. If everyone goes mad about something, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like Avatar, I still haven't seen Avatar
Really? Okay.
because everyone was going mad about it, and I'm like, no, I'll watch it when I want to watch it.
Yeah.
So it's the same as Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad will not be in my top 5 because I haven't seen it yet. Orange is the New Black, however, is in at number 2.
Right. But did that get released this year?
Yes,
Right.
it did. I think. I think it was the beginning of this year because I remember people talking about it at the beginning of the year. So yes, season 2 is out in February, I believe, on
Right.
Netflix. And the good thing about Netflix is they just release them all at one go.
Right, yeah.
So it's like that's it. It's just
I didn't actually know that.
to continue my Netflix theme, and at number 3, not a Netflix original, but kind of taken over by Netflix, is Arrested Development. Comedy, Jason Bateman, some other people which I can't think of right now. Comedy, brilliant. About a family. Michael Bluth is the main character, played by Jason Bateman, and he's the kind of glue that holds the family together. They built houses, cheaply made, and the father was making houses for Saddam Hussein in Iraq. And he was getting put away for treason. So the son took over the company, and it's just about his crazy family always wanting money and being materialistic, and he's trying to hold them all together. And it's just comedy ensues.
Well, I'm not sure if it was you or someone else. They linked me recently to Arrested Development, like a trailer for it.
Yeah.
And I just sat there like stone, you know.
Yeah, it was me.
I didn't have any emotion on my face, like you didn't even see a little smirk.
Well, that is not surprising, Westy, because you don't like anything. You don't like anything.
It's not true.
It is true.
I like Witcher 2. I'm playing at the moment.
Witcher 2 that you're playing at the moment? Okay, then. Michael Cera also stars in it. Portia de Rossi stars in it. And this is between Portia de Rossi is so hot. And then I was gutted. Like a female fan would be gutted how they love George Michael and he's gay. She's gay. And she's with Ellen DeGeneres. And that was even more shocking. So, you know, once you say, I fancy them but they're gay, so what can you do? You have to move on.
What's her name? Portia de Rossi.
Portia de Rossi.
De Rossi.
Yeah.
That might be
Stunning.
where I'm getting it wrong.
Also has the Fonz in it. Hey. He's a sort of bumbling lawyer who's absolutely useless at his job. And Ron Howard narrates the whole TV show.
Oh, right.
And he's part of it. He's actually in some of the later episodes. So it's got the Fonz and obviously Ron Howard. I don't remember his name from Happy Days. So
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
the blonde one.
the blonde one. No, Ron Howard's a ginger.
Oh, Ginger, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So number 3, Arrested Development. It was on Fox 10 years ago. Got cancelled. Netflix picked it up a few years ago, and it's still going. I watched the end of season 4 last week. Apparently, there's a film in the works. I don't know. There's another series coming. Who knows? No one knows. But it's brilliant. So watch it. Number 4. I'm quite disappointed that it's gone down to number 4 because I genuinely love this show. Revolution.
Right. Yeah, you mentioned that previously on the...
Have you seen
On
Revolution, Westy?
I haven't, no, but you did hype
Wow.
it up so massively.
You haven't seen a TV show.
That's not true. I watch anime.
Well, Revolution, it's about the power goes out all across the world, no power, no electricity, no anything. And it's set 15 years after the blackout, so to speak. Season 1 started off as the sort of girl's journey, growing up, losing her father, trying to go after her brother who got kidnapped. Because her father was actually the guy who made the power go out. So the militia was after him, and there's these pendants that people carry around, a certain select few of pendants that actually contain power.
Yeah.
So if they get activated, then power in a specific area obviously restarts. So in the first season, they're exploring that idea of how the power went out, how to turn it back on. The second season just goes into complete overdrive and goes literally science crazy. And the second season is just brilliant. It just blows the first season completely away. And I've been hooked. But what they do is they do 10 episodes, have a break, and then 3 months, and then have another 10 episodes. And then it's only like a 6-month wait to the next season, which I think is
that's
quite
not too
good. So I've just got through the first 10 episodes of season 2. 3 months, no, not 3 months, yes, it's
6
3
months.
months. And it's back on January the 9th, I believe. for the last 10 episodes. It's got Elizabeth Mitchell from Lost in it. She's sort of the most notable addition to that cast. All the rest of them are pretty much newcomers. Actually, there's a guy from Breaking Bad in it. I don't know his name. I think it's Giancarlo Esposito. He's the only one that you really know. But it's brilliant. It's done by J.J. Abrams actually, and Eric Kripke, who done. What else did Eric Kripke do? Supernatural he did. So I don't know if you've ever seen Supernatural. I'm guessing you haven't seen it.
No. I must admit I don't watch that many TV series. I mainly game. I'm mainly a gamer. And my main game ends up being League of Legends. But I do partake in other games as well.
I don't think you do.
I've been playing Witcher 2 and XCOM, anyone know. So I've been enjoying those.
Just to clarify, have you been playing Witcher 2 recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I think I heard it somewhere earlier. Witcher 2, you just come to me. Witcher 2.
Yeah.
Right, number 5. I feel like I've been talking for hours. Number 5, TV shows. I would say, because the last episode of the series finished this year, I'm gonna put it in, and that is the IT Crowd.
Right, okay.
Have you seen the IT Crowd?
I've seen 1 or 2 episodes, didn't really enjoy it.
You didn't really enjoy it?
No.
Well, I love the IT Crowd. Another comedy. Matt Berry's in it, who's brilliant. Richard Ayoade, who's in it, is brilliant. And, who's the Irish guy? He's actually they're actually all doing quite well for themselves now. What's his name? Chris O'Dowd. He's in a film about something, but it's quite a sort of big budgeted film, I think. Well, relatively big. I wouldn't say big budget because they're usually the action films. Chris Morris was in it in the first season, who's brilliant as well. IT Crowd about an IT department, and I think if anyone works in an office, then watch it.
Apart from me.
Apart from Westy, well, he doesn't like anything except Witcher 2 and League of Legends. I think one week we'll just do a League of Legends podcast and Westy on his own talking about it.
How do you know that?
And it would still be like longer than every podcast we've done so far.
How did you know I've been playing Witcher?
I don't know. Something just come to me. Something about Witcher. I don't even know. Right, that's it. That is my top 5 TVs.
Well,
I've been talking too long. Wesley, you do the games.
Before we go on to games, there's one TV series I have seen.
Oh God.
That I enjoyed, Game of Thrones, season 3.
Okay, Game of Thrones.
So I really enjoy Game of Thrones, and each season is thoroughly enjoyable. Looking forward to season 4, but the problem is that they only release 10 a year, and they obviously are a year apart. They don't split it up like...
What, just 10 episodes and then it's another year?
Yeah.
Seems a bit short.
Yeah, it is a bit short. The episodes are an hour long, so it's got a nice length to it, but still I would prefer them to either do 30-minute shows,
right, and
extend it to 20 episodes,
yeah,
or preferably do the half episodes and then spread it along so they release 10 for every 6 months as one of your series did.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what I would like them to do. So it feels that we're not waiting as long.
Yeah, it is a long wait. I mean, it's Sons of Anarchy. It's just finished, but now we've got to wait till September now for the next. That's almost a year away for the next season.
Yeah,
I understand why they do it. It does take long. Production does take a long time, but it's just like it's a really long wait for something.
Yeah, especially if you're really engrossed in.
It's like a
the
movie.
story.
When movies take 2 or 3 years to make, it's like. I don't like when they talk about it now, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not out until 2016. Stop talking about it. I don't want to wait 3 years.
Exactly. So just mention it when it's close to release.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done movies now.
Yeah.
We're on TV shows. Top 5 games. I'll tell you what, Westy. If League of Legends or Witcher 2 is in your top 5, then I'm kicking you out my house.
Well, they weren't released in 2013, so I'm not sure if I can include them.
No, you can't.
No.
Not games.
But I do know that one of my the games that I had played was StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. That got released on PC in the early part of the year. I loved the game. I thought it was fantastic. They added a load of new units to it. It is an expansion, but I just thought the story in it was fantastic. But I didn't find it as difficult. I had it on hardest difficulty, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be compared to the first. So what would be yours?
Recently, the top one that sticks to my mind would be Papers, Please.
Right.
On
Hadn't
Steam.
played that yet. I did get bought it though.
You got bought it by Icy Birdie from the Proper Naughty Game Time.
Yeah.
Represent, and you haven't played it. So someone's bought you a game through their hard-earned money, Westy, and you haven't even had the decency.
Well, it's not Christmas yet, and they bought it for Christmas. I'm wondering why they bought it right away rather than wait.
Because it was on sale. It was only £3 on the Steam sale. Elliot, don't bother with him next time. No point. He only plays League of Legends and some other game that I can't think of. Begins with W. It's all he bloody plays.
Yeah, Witcher 2, yeah.
Oh, well, that's it, Witcher 2, yeah.
So, what was yours?
Papers, Please.
Papers, Please. Okay, well, I'll let you go for the next one. Actually, I'm not sure, but...
Oh, actually, no, you won't. You'll do it first.
Yeah, Metal Gear Rising,
Right.
Revengeance. That got released in February. I thought that was thoroughly enjoyable. I really, really liked the combat mechanics they did. If you think that Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is going to be a Metal Gear Solid game, it isn't.
Right.
It isn't a sneaking game,
Right, okay.
a stealth game. It's a hack and slash game where you literally go up to an enemy, get your sword out and start chopping them up.
Yeah.
The story in it was rubbish, and the acting was quite poor, but the actual game itself, gameplay, thoroughly enjoyable. It's definitely up there.
Okay. I don't know what else I'm going to go for. Actually, what I'm going to go for, it's a game on the mobile apps. It's Plants vs Zombies 2.
Right.
Because I'm thinking that there hasn't really been any standout games apart from one, which I guess we should put in there, which we discussed last podcast or the previous podcast before that. But Plants vs Zombies 2 is actually a really addictive game. I love it. They've changed it now. They've made it more linear instead of the free map system which they had before, which is still on there. So if you still want to do it the old way, but you don't have to grind to get the other plants now.
Right.
Which I think a lot of people had a problem with. You could buy them for a microtransaction, but what's the point of spending £2.50 on a plant that you might not even use? So I actually grind through them. So, but Plants vs Zombies 2, loved it on the thing. The only thing, it absolutely annihilated my battery on my S4. So, if you play it on a tablet, I think it'd be, obviously you get a lot more enjoyment out of it. It's a bigger screen, easier to use, etc., because it's bigger. So yeah, I'm going to stick that in there.
Well, I've never ever played a Plants vs Zombies game. I bet that surprises you.
You can get it on your brand new iPad that you bought, Westy.
Yeah, I could. How much is it though?
I think the first one's 69p, the second one's free.
Oh, it's too much.
Too much!
Yeah.
There might not be an episode 11 because
I might be murdered.
Westy.
Yeah.
Any other games you can think of?
Yes, Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's the one I was mentioning.
Well, you can mention it. That could be your top 5.
Yeah, it has to be in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really does have to be in there.
Well, I mean, me and you both thoroughly enjoyed it. The GTA Online, which is, I'm not sure if it's a standalone game in itself, but
Yeah, I guess so.
it's difficult to say. But GTA Online, I didn't think was that brilliant. It's only fun if you have a bunch of mates come online and you're on voice communication with each other. But apart from that, if you go to it and try and play solo on there, it can get pretty boring pretty fast.
Yeah.
But the actual single player, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I heard that from looking at like IGN and stuff like that they're going to be releasing a DLC, and it's going to follow those three main antagonists.
Yeah.
without spoiling too much, with the choices I made at the end, I don't see how that's possible. But I don't really want to say too much as to the reasons why.
Yeah. I've actually got rid of mine now. I got rid of my GTA.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I have GTA 1 still in London and stuff like that on my PlayStation.
Well, I thought, let's try and capitalise on the money that I spent for it, and it will still be worth something, and then get it when it gets knocked down in January or something, because it will get knocked down.
Yeah, I mean that is a decent way of going about it, really. I tend to keep on my games, but you're probably, financial wise, you're probably doing the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't playing it. It was just sitting there. It's still relatively new. I've played it as long as I possibly can. I don't want to play it again, so yeah, get rid of it.
How much did you get for it, if you don't mind me asking?
£30 off eBay.
That's good.
Yeah, considering I paid 35 for it as well.
Really?
Yeah. So exactly, that's why I was looking at it.
Oh, that's brilliant. But did that include postage and packing?
No.
No.
Free postage and packing. Oh, did I? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, it did, yeah.
So you had to pay
It's
a bit more.
32.
Oh, it costs only £2 postage.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm just trying to find another game that I've played.
I'm going to go for one, which I didn't actually complete. I should have done, really. When I had my brief spell of having a PlayStation 3, I played a game, Ni no Kuni.
I've heard about this, but it looks very childish to me.
It does look very childish, but it's actually quite charming, I would say. It's a bit of a sweetheart game. It looks quite childish, and it kind of
Is it kind of one of those games that you'll put your two fingers in your mouth?
No, not at all. Well, you might. I wouldn't. It was quite a charming game, and I should have played it more. I should have given more into it. But it was the summer, and I don't like playing games in summer because it's too hot. I just want to go outside and do stuff. So
Right.
me for gaming in the summer is not a good idea. Even though we wasn't even doing the podcast at that time because it's just anything tech. I was like, oh, summertime. I want to go outside and do stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but it's in the summertime for me is not my tech time. So I should have given more into it, but because it was the summer, I didn't play it enough. But I still loved it. It was still a good game. It's a little bit like Pokemon. You got your little characters, and you had to build them up and give them new powers and weapons and shields and stuff like that. And yeah, if I ever get the chance again, I will play it. But I really enjoyed it, so that is what I'm sticking in as well.
Right. Well, the other games that are being released this year, I've not actually played, but I have heard good things about them. So they're still going to be in my top 5, but it's not something that I can say from my point of view that it's really good. But BioShock Infinite got released early part of this year, if people don't remember, and that got rave reviews, and every person I knew was going out and getting it and playing it. I've only played BioShock 1. And I got it as a part of a pack on Green Man Gaming along with BioShock Infinite, so I do own the game, but I'm still to play BioShock 2 so far before I get to Infinite. But from what I understand, it's a fantastic game, and it's got such atmosphere to it as well. Because I know a lot about it, I've just not played it. Have you played it?
No, I didn't get a chance. I've not played the first one or anything, so I didn't really do it. So no, I haven't played it.
Oh, right. But yeah, I mean, definitely check the reviews and all that because it was highly praised, and check the gameplay footage. Unless you go, you might find a lot of the channels have been taken down because of Google, because they run YouTube, which I should have included in my tech news really.
You should have done. Why did you?
I don't know. I just thought of it there. But yeah, they've been taking down a lot of videos of, privacy rights.
Yeah, I don't understand doing that.
Piracy rights, not privacy.
They're crazy, man. They're just taking over the world, Google.
They are. But what's your fourth one?
I don't have any more. That's all I've really played this year.
Well, is there any that you know of that you've heard good things about?
I mean, there's Batman Origins I've been playing recently, but it is good. They've brought some new additions to it, but you can only do so much beating up thugs and waiting on roofs and.
I've heard it's not got the same creativity as the first two had.
Yeah, a little bit. It has a little bit, but again, it needs a new dimension to it. I mean, the game is brilliant. It is brilliant, but again, it's a third iteration now of the same thing.
Hmm.
And as I say, you can only go around being stealth or beating up the bad guys for so long. I mean, I can only really play it for like an hour at a time.
Right.
But I do still keep going back to it. But it's just, yeah, it's just, the fighting system's so good on it.
Yeah.
But it needs something new.
Well, that's
It
the
needs
thing.
like a
There are
new
more and more games that are copying the fighting mechanics in the game
Yeah.
and putting in their games.
Yeah.
And you'll eventually find that those series of games will only be recognised for its fighting mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
But I played number 1 of Arkham Asylum, it was called, and I thought it was quite good. But I'm not a massive Batman fan, so I didn't get as much enjoyment out of it as a Batman fan would.
Yeah, yeah.
But I heard that number 2 was really good, but then people liked the story of number 1 compared to number 2. But they liked the free roaming aspect of number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my fourth one would probably be it's a game that my eldest brother had actually been playing, Dragon's Dogma, Dark
Okay.
Arisen,
Yeah, I got a friend.
which Dark Arisen has all of its DLC. If you do go on, make sure you don't get the regular Dragon's Dogma, get the Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. You'll probably find that it's roughly around the same price, but it'll include all of its DLC as well. And my brother thoroughly enjoyed it. It's an RPG set in like swords and sorcery kind of world.
Yeah.
The combat mechanics on it looked really decent,
Hmm.
but I wasn't so overtaken for a 2013 game. The graphics weren't superb.
Right.
They weren't brilliant, but they were decent, just not superb.
Right.
But with everything, graphics ain't important as long as the gameplay
That's
is
it,
there.
yeah.
And from what I saw and from what I heard and from what the reviews say, it's got really good combat mechanics.
Right.
Don't know too much about the story though, what that's like.
So have we got a 5 then?
Actually, yes, I will go for number 5, The Last of Us.
Right, okay.
From what I understand, it's superb. But again, it's another zombie-style game. It's about an outbreak where people get infected and they become very zombie-like, going at you, trying to feed on you. They pretty much should have been called zombies rather than infected.
Right, okay. Number 4, I'm just going to go Plants vs Zombies. I'm not fussed about the top 5 games, so I'm just going to stick that one in there and be happy with that. So you can do the top 3.
Right, top 3, okay. So, well, I thought, was that your number 5 then? The
No,
Plant
I'm just
vs
saying,
Zombies?
I didn't do a 5, so just,
Sorry.
Okay,
I'm going to go for number 1, GTA 5.
Yep, okay.
Number 2, I'm going to go with StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm.
Right.
And number 3, I'm going to go for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
And there we have it.
Yeah.
Top 5 movies, top 5 games, and top 5 TV shows, as presented by the Self-Confessed Geeks in episode 10.
Or top 3 games. Yeah, because I just read off 3 there.
Yeah, but we did 5.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Pedantic much?
I am.
That is it for part 2. We'll be back in part 3 for Deal of the Week, App of the Week, and we're going to talk about our competition again.
Yes.
Back in a second.
Hi guys and girls, the Self-Confessed Geeks podcast just want to promote our brothers over at a Proper Naughty Game Time who do playthroughs, reviews and just try out games for your viewing pleasure. To watch their videos, go to their YouTube channel Proper Naughty Gamers or contact them via Facebook, The Real PNGT, or Twitter at Proper Naughty GT. Thanks for listening, back to the show.
part 3 of episode 10. It's the go home part of the show. And Westy, you're going to start us off with the deal of the week.
Okay, deal of the week. I've gone back to our friends at Savvy Gamer who don't know us.
Okay.
And I've found a deal which was Bioshock Triple Pack, which has Bioshock 1, 2 and Infinite for £9.31. It's 81% off if you get the Triple Pack, which was obviously that price. Or you can get Bioshock Infinite, which we mentioned, which is £6.24, but that's 75% off. So you're doing a better deal going for the Triple Pack, but if you just want the latest one, go for Bioshock Infinite. But as I mentioned, I played Bioshock 1, I thought it was quite a good game.
Okay. Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, but check out Savvy Gamer, they've got a ton more deals, and this is on Steam, this sale. But as I mentioned, if you click the link on the Savvy Gamer link, then they get a percentage of the profits that get generated. So it keeps them running so they can keep on finding great deals for you.
Okay. Nice deal of the week there, Westy. Nice. App of the week comes from me yet again, and that will be, or that is, I should say, Shazam.
What is Shazam?
Shazam is a really good app. What you do, any music you hear on the radio, on a TV advert, or on anything you can think of, you press the button on the Shazam app. It's got a little widget, so you can put it on your home screen if you want to do it quickly, and you hold it. So you just press it once, and it will pick up the sound or the music from whatever it is you want it to listen to, and all of a sudden, bang! It will come up with exactly who it is by, what the name of the song is, and you can listen further in depth through the various links it provides, through, I think it's Amazon, YouTube, and a couple of others. And if you really like a song, but you don't know the name of it, and you want to know what it is, then literally just press the Shazam button, and it will take you to the song.
Right. So I could be in like a coffee shop and I hear them, they'll have music playing, and I go, oh, what's that? So I just let it record for a bit,
Yeah.
and then it'll tell me, oh, it's done by this artist and this is the song title.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be careful in that environment, obviously, due to the ambient noise of the, other people obviously having a coffee or something.
Right.
I mean, but obviously get it to the close to the speaker as you possibly can, so it'll pick it up.
But
yeah, generally, I mean, I can sit in front of my telly and just press it, and it will hear the song, and yeah, it will come up. And the app's completely free. It's just. I mean, I love it. You can add it to your tag. You can share it to Facebook. You can say, I love this song. Share it to Facebook or Twitter. And yeah, just songs you like that you hear. Press the Shazam button, and it'll tell you what it is.
awesome.
That's
Okay.
my app of the week.
Having a week. Is that? Do you know if that's on Android or
Yes, it's
iOS?
on all available tablets and phone services, whatever you want, Android, iOS, yeah. It's all on,
Awesome.
it's on them all. Competition time, people. Now, you could win £20 of Steam vouchers if you can correctly guess all 9 of our previous ending songs from games in the past. Now, instead of you going back, we're going to do you a favour, and we're going to give you 10 seconds, that's 10 whole seconds, of each week's song, or music I should say. So, listen to the 10. At the end of this podcast, and I'll even be kind enough to put a separate video up of 10 seconds of each of the musics. All you have to do is guess correctly, all 9.
Like how you said that, the musics.
See musics, because it's a plural, even though musics is probably not a word.
Exactly. Picky again.
Yes, that's pedantic.
Pedantic,
Yes. So yeah, email us your answers, selfconfessedgeeks1@gmail.com, and you can win £20 of Steam vouchers. It's as simple as that. We're not going to tell you which ones you got right or wrong, we're just going to tell you how many you got right. So that part we're not going to make easy for you, but it's up to you. If you want to win £20 of Steam vouchers, give it a go. It's free to enter. You don't have to do anything except listen to 10 seconds of each bit, or go back and listen to the full versions on each of the end of our episodes. Enter. You can win £20.
Yeah. And obviously, if they don't guess it, then it'll go up by £2 on the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll put an extra quid in each week.
Or every podcast, because we don't know how many weeks it will take to come out for the next one.
Pedantic Ball has his head again.
Just want to make sure that people are all aware.
So every podcast will put another £2 in, and you can win more money. We'll roll it over. Enter, email us, and win.
Right.
Lastly, tell me about the fact that I haven't done the box this week, Westy.
Yeah, but you keep on not doing it. What's going on?
I don't want to do it. Because I heard the show that you want me to see is rubbish.
But it's only an hour of your life.
Yes, well, that is true.
And it could be... I could have given you 3 episodes of a 45-minute show. Be lucky that it's only 20 minutes.
But we're still early on in the box, and I could face that yet again. You know,
Who
you
knows?
might have put something in that's 45 minutes that's probably even worse than... I mean, what is this show again I have to watch?
It's Naruto, and it's the first 3 episodes, and you have to watch them in the Japanese audio with English subs.
Oh my god. Right, okay, so for the next podcast, for episode 11, I will have watched that bloody show.
Because I watched it, like, back, because...
You love it! That's the difference!
Well, I loved it, but I hadn't seen it for, for such long that I can give you my impressions of when I'd watched it about 3-4 years ago to what I've seen it now. Actually, it might have been longer than that since I saw it originally.
Okay, well, I'll watch it, and we'll talk about it in the next podcast, I promise.
Sure?
Yes, I promise.
Alright then.
Finally, last piece of the day, of the week, of the podcast. We'd like to spend this opportunity, this moment, to send out a special hello and a special thank you to the Trekmate podcast, because they kindly, very kindly in fact, they listened to the show and they wanted us on their show. They done a 24-hour Trek-a-thon marathon, and they wanted us to be part of their show, but unfortunately we couldn't do it because we were working at the time, and we are really gutted about that, because it would have been, first of all, like say, thanks for inviting us on. It's very kind of them to do that, Emma.
Definitely.
And if we ever get a chance again, if we ever get offered the opportunity to go on again, we will definitely go on again.
Yeah.
Obviously, work pending. That is a real sort of thing, really. We were working. But
Yeah, that's the problem with the fact that we can't release podcasts every week or every 2 weeks that we would like to, is simply work gets in the way.
Yeah, that's why we're a bit sort of all over the place with when podcasts get released, and it's literally just they get released when they get released. So, but hopefully in the new year, when I start my new job, it might make it a bit more organised. Let's say,
Yeah.
if we do it on a certain night. But yeah, trekmate.org.uk. If you want to listen to any of their podcasts, they really do a wide range of podcasts, all associated with Star Trek. Some of them are really good. Mark Stamper is particularly good. I do like listening to Mark's stuff. I saw him at the Star Trek Destination London last year. He was involved in a couple of the talks with the actors. And just maybe one day we can get them on our show as well, which would be quite nice.
Yeah.
But thanks. Just want to send special thanks and hello to Emma again. And hopefully we can do something in the future.
Definitely, I'm definitely interested in doing that. I mean, as I said, as long as they are aware that that we got a cat in the room, as long as they are aware that I watch Star Trek, but I'm not a massive fan of it. But it might be interesting from their point of view to get a perspective of someone's view of who isn't a massive geek, as it were, on Star Trek.
Yeah. So that's really it. For this week, guys and gals.
Can I just say, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be around closer to Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you all.
Yes, I begrudgingly wish you all a Merry Christmas, because I am a Scrooge. But I will gladly wish you all a Happy New Year, and we'll be back with episode 11.
In the new year.
In the new year, probably early on in the new year, I should say.
Yeah, January
Hopefully,
time.
fingers crossed, but we shouldn't put ourselves too much in foot in mouth, because we usually say we do something and then we don't do it. So.
Yeah. we have a a reputation now of doing that.
We do, don't we? Yeah.
A bad reputation of that. But we are aiming, for example, when we mentioned about the live stream, which we failed to do, we're realising the more we make promises, the more we regret them.
Yeah.
So when it does come to the live streaming or anything like that, we'll make sure that we have it ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to get more people on, so if you want to come on the show, come on. We will arrange somehow for you to get on, whether it be a Skype conversation or a phone conversation. We'll hook it up somehow and we'll do it. So, we need more input from you guys. If you're listening to us, thank you for listening to us. It's been a long... Well, when did we start this? In March last year?
Yeah, something. I think it was February, March time. Something like that.
And it's been, although we've only done 10 episodes, it's been a fun journey thus far. And long may it continue.
Yeah.
So thank you. If you want to get involved, please get involved. Come and speak to us, and let's get this show cracking, rocking and rolling. But thank you for listening, everybody.
The Christmas.
Have a good Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you in the New Year. From me, I say goodbye. From Westy,
I'll say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
so long, peeps.
Bye.